Look, this is one of those stories that hits like a freight train, not because it's surprising, but because it's exactly the kind of drama that's been simmering under the surface for years. Prince Harry, the man who gave up everything for what he thought was love, is now reportedly finding out that the Montecito mansion he's been calling home isn't even in his name. That's right. The $14 million estate, the crown jewel of their post-royal life, belongs to Meghan Markle. Solely. Legally. Entirely. And if you think that's just a mundane technicality, you're not paying attention. Let's get straight to the point here. This isn't just about a house. It's about control. It's about power. It's about who's really steering the ship in this so-called partnership. Harry, for all his royal upbringing, for all his sacrifices, is now reportedly dealing with the fact that the home he's poured money into, the home he's been trying to keep afloat financially, doesn't even have his name on the paperwork. Imagine that. You're paying off debts, repairing the damage left behind from your old life, navigating lawsuits, and then, boom, you find out the roof over your head isn't even yours. It's a gut punch, plain and simple. And let's not pretend this was an oversight. Meghan Markle isn't a rookie when it comes to strategy. She's meticulous, calculated, and always thinking 5 steps ahead. Public records confirm that the mansion was purchased through an LLC linked directly to her. And while using LLCs for privacy is common among celebrities, the glaring absence of Harry's name raises more than a few eyebrows. It's not just a coincidence. It's a choice. A deliberate move that sends a loud and clear message about who's holding the cards in this relationship. Here's the kicker. Harry reportedly didn't even realize the full extent of this arrangement until recently. Let that sink in. A man who grew up in the most scrutinized family on the planet, a man who has had every aspect of his life dissected by the media, somehow let this slip by him.
Why?
Because he trusted her. Because he bought into the idea that they were a team, that they were building a life together. But now, insiders say he's starting to wake up to the reality of what's really going on. And it's not pretty. This revelation couldn't come at a worse time for Harry. The guy's already juggling a mountain of financial stress. He's still paying off the cost of the renovations at Frogmore Cottage, a property he and Meghan no longer even occupy. He's embroiled in legal battles back in the UK, fighting to protect his name and reputation. And now he's facing the cold, hard truth about the very foundation of his new life in California. It's almost Shakespearean in its irony, the prince who walked away from his royal privilege now finding himself without a kingdom, without a stronghold to call his own. And let's talk about the optics of this. Meghan has been the driving force behind the Sussex brand from the beginning. She's the one who reportedly spearheaded those high-profile deals with Netflix and Spotify. She's the one who's been pulling the strings, shaping the narrative, making sure they stay relevant in the public eye. But here's the thing, not all that glitters is gold. The Spotify deal? Collapsed. The Netflix projects? Questionable, at best. For all the hype, their empire seems to be built on shaky ground. And now, with this mansion controversy coming to light, the cracks in their foundation are becoming impossible to ignore. Royal commentator Angela Levin didn't mince words when she weighed in on this situation. She called it exactly what it is, a power play. This isn't just about property, she said. It's about control. And she's right. Meghan's decision to keep the Montecito home solely in her name isn't just a financial move. It's a statement. It's about who gets to call the shots, who gets the final say. And right now, it doesn't look like Harry's voice is carrying much weight in any of this. And let's not forget the emotional toll this must be taking. Insiders say the tension between Harry and Meghan has reached a boiling point, with heated arguments erupting over the ownership issue. Harry's reportedly feeling blindsided, betrayed even. And who can blame him? He gave up everything for this relationship, his family, his country, his identity as a working royal. And now he's realizing that the life he thought he was building might not be as secure as he believed. But here's the million-dollar question. Was this all part of Meghan's plan from the beginning? Was this her strategy all along, to position herself as the sole owner, the one in control, the one with all the leverage? It's hard not to wonder. Meghan has always been seen as a savvy operator, someone who knows how to play the game and play it well. But at what cost? And where does this leave Harry, the man who walked away from everything he knew to stand by her side? Observers have noted a change in Harry's demeanor in recent months. He's been unusually subdued, almost as if the weight of his choices is finally catching up to him. During public appearances, he seems distant, distracted, like a man carrying the burden of regrets he can't quite articulate. And now, with this mansion revelation adding fuel to the fire, It's no wonder people are starting to question the state of their marriage. Is this just a bump in the road, or is it the beginning of the end? Look, no marriage is perfect. Every relationship has its ups and downs, its moments of triumph and tension. But this? This is something else entirely. This is a power struggle playing out on a global stage, with the world watching every move. And the stakes couldn't be higher. If Harry and Meghan can't find a way to navigate this latest controversy, it could have far-reaching implications, not just for their marriage, but for the brand they've worked so hard to build. And let's not sugarcoat it, the public isn't exactly on their side right now. Critics have been quick to point out the hypocrisy of their actions, the contradictions between their words and their behavior. They've positioned themselves as advocates for equality, transparency, and fairness, yet behind the scenes, their own dynamics seem anything but balanced. Meghan's decision to keep the Montecito mansion solely in her name is just the latest example of this disconnect, and it's not doing them any favors in the court of public opinion. So where do they go from here? Can they weather this storm, or is this the beginning of the end for the Sussexes? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, Harry needs to take a hard look at his situation and figure out where he stands. Because right now, it doesn't look like he's standing on solid ground. And if he doesn't start asserting himself, he risks losing more than just his name on a property deed. He risks losing his sense of self, his identity, his voice. And Meghan? Well, she's not going anywhere. Love her or hate her, she's proven time and time again that she knows how to survive, how to thrive, how to come out on top. Whether this mansion controversy is a calculated move or a simple oversight, one thing is clear, she's the one in control. And for Harry, that's a hard pill to swallow.